Hello, I'm here today to talk about masturbation and pleasure. So, we're going to be talking about masturbation and pleasure. We're going to be talking about some explicit and sensitive topics. There will be references and images of sexual terms and body parts, and there'll also be references to sex toys. I'm Mel Gadd, and I'm a sex educator for Come the Other Through Sex Education Company. So let's define masturbation first of all. The Oxford Dictionary defines it as the stimulation of the genitals with the hand for sexual pleasure, but I prefer the Urban Dictionary definition, which is when a person touches themselves on their fun parts to create an amazing sensation similar to sex. There's quite a lot of slang around talking about masturbation, so it's also known by things such as wanking, solo sex, flicking the bean, five-finger shuffle, knocking one out, cracking one off, self-love. So how do we feel about masturbation? So think about what language we might hear and use about masturbation. Do we talk about it in a respectful way as a normal human activity, or is it talked about in a dirty or silly way with a sense of shame? The language we use about different things that we do can really impact on the way that we feel about them and our comfort levels. Masturbation is completely normal. People have always done it. And according to a 2019 study on masturbation in the UK, up to 91% of people said that they masturbate. There are no minimum or maximum legal age limits, and if you masturbate in private, there are no legal rules about it. It's your body, you can do with it as you want. However, any sexual behaviour should be centred within consent and respect, choice and pleasure, even when you're having sex with yourself. Did you know that masturbation can be quite good for you? So it can really help you learn about your own body and mean that you have ownership of your own body. It can help you take ownership of your own sexual experience and finding out what you like and don't like, and then also knowing that you don't need a partner to be present for you to be able to experience sexual pleasure. It gives pleasure and all the good stuff that comes from that, and it can reduce your sexual frustration. All the hormones that get released during and hormones and endorphins that get released during masturbation can do things like increase our pain tolerance. If you ejaculate regularly, it can be protective against prostate cancer. It can help you sleep. It can help relieve stress. And of course, knowing about your own body means that any lumps or bumps or rashes can get noticed early and you can go and seek medical help. And masturbation is the ultimate in safe sex when it's practiced solo. Let's have a look at some body parts that are present when we masturbate. So this is a diagram of a vulva. At the top, you've got the clitoral hood and the clitoris. The clitoris is estimated to have about 10,000 nerve endings. It's a very sensitive part of somebody's body, and it's usually where people will want to touch when they masturbate. We focus a lot of sexual pleasure stuff around the vagina, but actually the vagina doesn't have a lot of nerve endings within it. Most of the nerve endings are centered around the clitoris. Between the vagina and the clitoris, we've got the urethral opening there, and the urethra is the pee hole. It's where people urinate out of. And then below the vagina, we've got the anus. And then surrounding the vulva, you have got the inner and outer labia. And these are soft lips that help protect the vulva. Though on the picture of the vulva, when we saw the clitoris, it was just a small part of the overall vulva. Internally, the clitoris is much larger. And as you can see from this diagram here, it's kind of wishbone shaped and it surrounds the urethra and the vagina. This means that any sexual pleasure that's felt internally in the vagina is actually clitoral pleasure as well, because what you're stimulating is the clitoris internally. Here we have a picture of penis and testicles, and we've got a picture of a circumcised and an intact penis. So around the glands of the penis is where most of the nerve endings will lie, and most people find the most pleasurable part of the penis to be touched is around the glands and between where the gland meets the shaft of the penis. The The foreskin, if you have a foreskin, will cover the glands of the penis, but this can be retracted over the head of the penis. And some people, when they masturbate, like to move their foreskin over their glands and back again for sexual pleasure. Behind the penis, we have got pictures of a picture of the testicles there, inside the scrotum, which is the skin that protects the testicles. When people are masturbating, sometimes they like to touch their testicles as well. Here we have a picture of the internal parts of somebody with a penis. And I've included this because it clearly shows the prostate gland. The prostate gland is a gland that makes seminal fluid when somebody ejaculates, but the prostate gland can be quite sensitive to touch and can be quite pleasurable when it's touched. And you can access the prostate gland through the wall of the rectum by inserting something in the anus. So it's really important to include the anus in pictures of people's anatomy when we talk about sexual pleasure, because both men and women can find anal and rectal stimulation really pleasurable because there are many, many different nerve endings there. So what can help people masturbate? So arousal is really, really important. So what can help you feel mentally and physically aroused? Brains and bodies usually both have to be on the same page for you to feel sexual. But this will be different things for different people. For some, it'll be a nice warm bath and taking the time to touch yourself gently. For other people, it might be reading erotica or watching pornography. All of these are legitimate choices. It's just finding out what will suit you. For most people, taking your time and having privacy will really help, making sure the door is locked and you can't be walked in on. Lubricant can really, really help with masturbation. Using some suitable lubricants such as a water-based lube on your hands or on sex toys and genitals can help increase pleasure. And you can access free lube through student services alongside their free condoms. Have you thought about using a sex toy? Sometimes we all need a little bit of extra help. Sex toys are really great, but they're designed to stimulate the genitals in a safe way. So they're designed for those body parts, so they're usually suitable for them, rather than just using other things that might not be suitable. There are sex toys for all body parts, so for a vulva, for a clitoris, for a vagina, for a penis and anus. It's really important that if you do use any sex toys for anal play, that the end is flared, because sometimes when you insert things in an anus, it can be hard to get out again. There are also accessible sex toys for people who find it difficult to masturbate with their hands, and you can order them online. And also quite a lot of big shops will sell them now, such as Boots and Tesco's will have small sex toys available. Let's have a little chat about the law and masturbation. So the Sexual Offences Act 2003 for England and Wales sets out clear laws around sexual behaviour, although masturbation in itself is not illegal and has never been illegal. However, engaging in any sexual activity, including masturbation, in a public place where you can reasonably be expected to be seen and therefore cause an alarm or offence, that is considered illegal. So masturbation is an activity to only undertake in a private place. Under Bangor, student services have external and internal condoms available, dams and lube available for free from their student centre in the Students' Union and from the accessible toilet. They also have free STI test and post kits from Public Health Wales that you can access and then post off for an STI test. The Student Wellbeing Service has a range of different services available, and they can support you around sexual violence, harassment and your mental health. And you can access their service information through the QR code provided here. Your local health board is called BCUHB, and they have a range of services that you can access if you're resident in the area. Again, the QR code here will take you to their webpage. They're friendly, they're non-judgmental, they're confidential, All services are free and you can access STI testing, treatment, contraception services and HIV services as well. Public Health Wales have a sexual health website called Sexual Health Wales, and from that website you can order free test and post STI screening, and you can access free condoms via post, and you can also access a range of sexual health information. This is one of a series of 9 video presentations on relationships and sexual health topics and has been commissioned by Undeb Bangor. It was delivered by ourselves at Come the Abyss Shrew Sex Education Company, and for more information about us, you can access that from our website. Goodbye.